Welcome, everybody, to this is April 6th, and this is our first Kickstart Collective meeting. You're here, joined. My name's Bree Holbrook. We've got Cecily Hilden, one of my favorite people. You guys are going to love hearing from her. And so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we are going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so I know that some of you guys, you don't know who I am. So I wanted to just share with you, mom of three, live in Orlando, Florida. I don't live a picturesque life. I was just sharing with Cecily. I've got a teenager that oh my gosh, it was just World War III over here. But we are learning and growing on how to have a teenager, and I know God's going to use it. I wanted to share with you my before and after because people are like, Brie, I cannot believe that used to be your face. This used to be my face, you guys. Like inflammation, like crazy. I felt stuck in my body. I tried diet, exercise, everything, and guess what? The natural peptides were really the key that unlocked everything. Now, my next person that is going to be one of the presenters tonight is Cecily, and I'm going to you hear from her a little bit more about her, and then we'll pop back on. She's going to share about mindset, but let me just tell you something about Cecily. She is completely opposite of me. If you think of like two polar opposites, I mean, she does love Jesus, which is amazing. So we're very similar in that sense. I guess we're both kind, but you guys, our personalities are very different. She never thought when I talked to her about our former business, she's like, I'm not going to be any good at this, Bree. Like, I'm not a good at sales. Like, no, 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 no. Like, she kept on telling me no, but I was like, no, this girl is going to crush it because I know people just respect her. They look up to her so much. And so I cannot wait for you guys to hear from Cecily, one of my favorite leaders on our team. So, Cecily, share with us kind of your story and really about your sister, and then you can go into mindset.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm Cecily. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. I am a ultrasound tech turned homeschool mom of two girls. I'm also a pastor's wife and an army chaplain wife. I am a type 1 diabetic with a heart condition as well as an introvert. So anybody else here introverted and they're like, people kind of exhaust me because that's sometimes where I'm at. It's very hard to talk in front of people for me. So I'm just doing a lot of growing, right? And when I joined with Make, I was worried about my own health, right? Like I'm a type 1 diabetic and I have a heart condition. And so anything that I can do to help my body last longer and live more optimally was better for me, right? Like I wanted to get my hands on fit so badly to help with my heart condition. And even though I'm not sure, my heart is a muscle and I keep thinking fit is going to do this, right? It's going to help. And then I also needed the lean, right? Like I don't know anybody that's like, I'm good, I'm not skinny enough. Everybody tends to want to lose a little bit. And I was like, yes. But what I really wanted to get my hands on was that lean plus the fit plus the hydrate for my sister. So in this picture next to me, this is my sister Stacy, who is precious to me, but she had a weight problem for a long time. She's had a weight problem. And she called me after I had joined Make about a week later, and she was crying. And she had just gotten out of her doctor's office appointment and asked them for help. She started watching what she was eating. She started moving her body, but the numbers weren't changing for her. She wasn't losing any weight. And so she asked her doctor and she said, listen, this is what I'm doing. I'm eating better. I'm moving my body. My weight's not dropping. And they said, well, you're not a type 2 diabetic. We can't write you a prescription for a GLP-1. And my sister called me crying because she's like, they can't help me. They can't help me. And I can't pay $400 a month for a GLP-1. And so she was just upset. And I said, listen, I don't even have my hands on a product yet. But what I'm telling you is I come from a science background. The science behind this looks amazing. And you have tried everything else. Like at this point, you have nothing to lose. Keep eating, keep watching what you're eating, keep moving your body. And as soon as we can get our hands on these products, I'm going to get them for you. We're going to do this. And I said, get in the car. We're doing this together, right? Like buckle up. We're both going to do it. She goes, okay, sign me up. I'll be on your team. She said, I'll be on your team. I'll do this. And I was like, okay. So she joined my team and she started taking the peptides and her weight just kept falling off, just kept falling off. And so my sister is down about 150 pounds right now. Her and her husband is down about 140, 150 pounds as well. They have both had this major life-changing transition. And I am so proud of her, but she tells people I couldn't even walk to my mailbox before peptides. I couldn't walk to my mailbox. And now she can do a 5K. Now she's lifting weights every day. And she said, I never imagined I would be here a year ago. And so peptides have done a wonderful thing. Now, has she had to change her diet? Has she had to move her body? Yes. Has she had to change some habits? Yes. But she said, I wasn't changing big habits. I started to walking to the mailbox was the first habit. I just started walking to the mailbox. And then she started walking to the stop sign. You know, it was not major life change. It was not a massive diet change. It was just healthier tweaks and twists. And then she added in the peptides. And so, huge things. So we're super excited. And I can't wait to see how far she's going to continue to go. So we're going to jump into mindset. So after talking about my sister a little bit, one of the things that I struggled with a lot is mindset. I tell Bria I'm probably my worst, my worst critic, right? Like your toughest critic. How many of you feel like you're your toughest critic? Like I told Brie several times, like, I can't do this. I cannot do this, right? The truth is, that's how I felt. That was not the truth, right? Like I share things with people all the time. I share good books, I share good restaurants, I share things all the time. Why couldn't I share why can't I share things that are working for me like peptides, right? Like why can't I share that my sister's story? Why can't I share those things? And so I started to change my mindset and I thought, I can do this. I can send a message. I can post. And then I'm like, well, what happens if nobody looks at my post? What happens? And I make the post anyway. And then what happens? I told myself I can't make the post. I make the post and then I go and look and there's nobody looking at it. And then I go, see, I told you. Nobody's even going to look. Nobody even likes it. And then I tell myself, well, nobody likes me. That's not true. Not true at all. And what I started to find out was even though people aren't liking my posts or even commenting on my posts, people are seeing my posts. People are seeing your posts. Even if you don't realize it, they are seeing them and they are going to come to you in a messenger or when you're at a church or a volleyball game, they're going to go, hey, I saw your post on that. I loved some information. And it's like, but you didn't even like, I want to, sometimes I want to be like, you didn't even heart my post. Like, how do you, you know what I mean? Like, you didn't even like my post, so, you know, that, but they did, they saw it, they looked at it and they chewed on it for a little bit and then they ask, you know, and that's great. And so I want to encourage you when you're like, ooh, I'm too scared to post or, ooh, I'm too scared to send that message, just do it. I have said for years, I don't like getting on the phone with people. And I just always said it's because I'm an introvert and I'm not very good at it. My confidence isn't very high. You know, I'm not as high as Bree. Like my confidence level is not like Bree's. And Bree is good at getting on the phone. I am not good at getting on the phone. I'm an introvert. It exhausts me. However, I started realizing I love on the phone. I started doing it and I loved it. And I thought, why have I not been doing this all these years? The only person holding me back was me. I have to remind myself I am the only person holding me back. And I've got to get my mindset straight and I've got to catch it right in the beginning. So I encourage you, whenever you have a negative thought, set that negative thought aside. What if? What if the opposite of whatever you're thinking happens? What's the best thing that could come from this? So, and anytime you have a negative thought, take that to your leader, right? Like, don't go, oh, I can't do this and I quit. Go to your leader and say, gosh, I'm having this thought and I just want to send this message or I just want to post it. They're going to help you take that thought and fight that thought. And they're going to remind you who you are. They're going to remind you who you are in Jesus. They're going to remind you who you are in this business and why you're a good fit and why you're where you're at. So make sure you're reaching out. Like it's okay to say, I feel like this. I call Bree sometimes and I'm like, I feel like this today. And Bree's like, who are you? I'm like, I'm Cecily Holden. She's like, you're a daughter of the king. Like, do I have to remind you this? I'm like, yes. You know? You are here for a reason. You're connected to these people for a reason, right? And so just want to encourage you to keep doing the things, right? Get your mind set because it's the one thing that's going to knock you down every time before you ever start. So just start.
I love it, Sis. Goodness, you always tell me to get big because that's what she tells her, daughter at the net, to get big. And I have those days too. I mean, I typed in the chat, I said I wouldn't even post on social media for 2 years because I cared so much about what people think. I was just like, no. And it took my husband losing his job with my dad's company for me to be like, okay, maybe I should post, And then when I would post, nobody liked it, like what she was saying. And I was like, I'm a failure. And then I invited like the 25 people that I was like, I know these people are going to want to be my customers. All 20 told me no. And like, I'm not interested. And so I was like, see, I'm not cut out for this. Like all of these negative self-talk kinds of things. And so what we want to say is like, if you're maybe type in the chat and leaders, I see a lot of you guys on here, Stacy, Carol, you're already in the chat, but like, drop a comment below, like me too. Okay. Like if you've already had some of those thoughts of like, maybe I'm not cut out for this, or maybe this isn't what I need to do, like type in the chat so that we know if you've had some of those thoughts too. Because I think the thing is like, we all think that we're the only one and we're really not. So I love what you shared tonight. So besides mindset, number 2, what we're going to do tonight is we're going to help you know how to invite to the Breakthrough Live, okay? Number 3, we're going to do a quick social media tip. I have a really good one for you. And then we're actually going to work together, and then we're going to stay on and do some Q&A. So anyways, I love what Carol said. She said, me too, 8 years in, and they still come up. Yep, 10 years in for me too. Okay, so if you've been on a Breakthrough Live, I'd love for you guys to type in the chat, yes, if you've ever been on a Breakthrough Live before. So if you don't know what a Breakthrough Live is, we have these every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I love Lene says yes. Carol says yes. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's for 20 minutes, you guys. Okay. It's 6:30 Mountain Time. It says 6:30 Mountain Time, but it's 8:30 Eastern. Okay. So 7:30 Central. So you're going to hear on these Breakthrough Lives 4 to 5 real stories. Okay. At least one is going to be a male. It's no fluff. It's just impact, meaning like you're going to hear stories. Like tonight you heard about Stacy, Cecily's sister, like how transforming, like those are the stories that you're going to hear. But this is for you to invite people to learn more about, the products, okay? So you don't need to explain the products. The biggest mistake I made in the very beginning was I thought I had to do all the explaining, okay? Like I felt like, well, let me tell you about what Fit does or what Lean does, or like, I'm so excited. I like vomited on everybody's what I call it. Like I was just so excited that it ran people away. So your job, I want you to type in the chat, invite. Your job is to invite. The more people that you invite to these Breakthrough Lives, or invite to learn more about the opportunity, then the quicker your business is going to go. So our first one is tomorrow night. Okay, so this is what I'm going to drop this in the chat, okay? But we're going to actually take a few minutes right now and we're going to invite to tomorrow night. Because again, we're going to invite to where they can learn more about these stories from across the nation. They're going to hear about, the different products, mostly about the Breakthrough Stack. It's amazing. So what we're going to do is I want you to take out a list of like 3 to 5 people. And hopefully if you have not made a list, now is the time, okay? So think through your first few people that I love for you to think through are people that love you. If you were selling dirt, who would buy dirt from you? Like those are the people you want to invite to this. So this is what you're going to say. Hey, put their name, or you don't make this sound like you, obviously. I just started something new in wellness that I'm really excited about. And I immediately thought of you because Why did you think about them? You're so supportive. You're into health and wellness. You take really good care of yourself. You're a busy mom like me. You're a grandma. You're a dad, whatever. You're always looking for better energy. Whatever it is, okay? There's a quick call tomorrow night at 8:30 Eastern where you'll hear real life stories of how they're getting help or how people are getting help with weight loss, energy, and sleep. If I sent you the link, would you hop on and check it out? Okay, some leader come off mute. Tell me, why did I end with a question? I want to make this interactive, or anybody. Why did I end with a question, do you guys think?
I can speak because it gets them to respond. And yeah, it just makes them respond instead of just seeing something and passing it by.
Yes. So Carrie's right. Carrie. She knows this the best. So you always want to end with a question. So we're going to take the next 5 or 6 minutes. We're going to invite, again, don't overthink this. Just do it, and then I'll pop back on here, and then we have one social media tip, and then we'll end with some Q&A. So go ahead and do that. And if you're like, I don't know who to talk to, like go to your last post or go into your phone and just start writing down some names. So go ahead and invite 3 to 5 people is what we want to do. Okay. And then we'll pop back on here. The time is, yeah, 8:30 Eastern time. Okay. So we're going to mute. And if you have any questions, type them in the Okay, I want to hear how many of you guys drop in the chat or come off mute, whichever one. But how many of you were able to get to three? Invite three. Raise your hand or type in the chat. Yes. Anybody else able to do four? I can't see everybody because I'm on the full screen. Okay. I'm looking right here. Okay. Michelle said she got 5 and 2. Said send invite. Way to go, Michelle. You're amazing. That's awesome. Okay, well, I wanted you guys to keep on, keep on inviting. This just kind of gives you a little bit of a jump start. I want to just end with kind of your homework or your call to action, something I want you to work with your mentor, okay? So remember, you want to talk to new people. The goal is 5 new people a day because we know based on like numbers, about 1 in 10 is actually going to be, interested in the products. So if you only, I invited 20, and I didn't have anybody, but, your statistics, I'm sure, are going to be better than mine, in the beginning. You want to create curiosity over pressure. You don't want to make people feel pressured. Obviously, you guys aren't going to do that. My social media tip tonight is what I want you to do is either tonight, or tomorrow morning, first thing, I want you guys to change your profile picture. Okay, the reason why, and make it like where somebody, if they see you, it actually like really looks like you. I usually try to do like just of my face. If you don't have one of those, a lot of times now I just take pictures like when I go to church or whatever, so I have some on hand. But when you change your profile picture, you update it, what ends up happening is you are boosted in the algorithm, okay? So your homework is to change your profile picture. We want you to share your results, with the products, share value outside of make, right? Remember, there's a first 30 posts group that we have. And I did want to show you guys, remember this. How many of you guys are loving this April new affiliate mentorship group? Drop in the chat, put me if you're enjoying this. It's just little bitty activities that you get every day. Don't forget, if you've already gotten your first customer, your boards, this is the boards app, your mentor will send you that. So don't forget about that. And go ahead and type if you are, we're going to draw the winner of the swag because every Monday night for the month of April, we're kind of doing this Kickstart Collective. We're going to give away swag, and different leaders are going to come on here and share some of their best tips and tricks. But the biggest key is just to work with your mentor, finding that 30-minute time. So type in the chat if you are here, you're a new affiliate, and you want to win the swag that I'm giving away tonight. It'll either be a hat or a t-shirt or whatever you want most, and you can pick the color and all of that. Mario won last week. So, okay, so Tina, we got Michelle, Tina, keep on typing in the chat who it is. Maybe, whoops, didn't mean to do that. Going back to this. Perfect. Okay. Well, awesome. Well, we will go ahead and I'll go ahead and draw. So I am so excited. Okay, Vicky's on here too. Okay, hold on. So I'm going to put you guys in the random name picker. While I do that, Cecily, will you pop off mute and just share your last, if anybody has any questions, we'd love to answer those. I'll take us off share screen so we can all see Cecily. But any other questions that you guys have for us before we hop off and do the Wheel of Names?
Yeah, this is a really great time to ask questions when we're in small groups, and you can feel comfortable to answer, like ask here. This is a judgment-free zone. We're kind of like Planet Fitness. We don't judge. No question is a dumb question. So
Yes.
please feel free that if you have questions, we want to answer them.
So I have a question. I used to own a wellness center, and then I was super involved with my kids' stuff, like their activities and stuff. So I have many more friends on social media that I truly know than I do their phone number in my phone.
Mhm.
Is it appropriate to reach out to them through Facebook? Like, hey, haven't seen you at the field lately, but immediately thought of you when blah, blah, blah. Is that appropriate?
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. And I love how you started it because you said, hey, I haven't seen you in a while at the field. You are like speaking to another human, right? Like you're not a bot. And so
Right.
I think like you did a really great job right off the bat. And, it's okay to say, and I thought of you today because of this. So nicely done. Yes. And so Messenger on Facebook as well as Instagram Messenger, whatever you're using, those are totally great ways to access people. And so a lot of times, like if you don't know who to talk to, you can also comment on people's stories and it drops you right into their Messenger thread, right? And so then you can start asking questions too. So great job. Yeah, great question.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Michelle, are you I know we have several Michelles on the team. Who's your mentor?
Stacy.
Okay, awesome. You did a great post today, by the way.
Thank you.
Proud
I
of
beat the
you.
box. Thanks.
Yeah. It was her well, you got your first customer, right, Michelle?
I did.
Way to go. Do you want to
Congratulations.
tell us how did you get your first customer?
So it's actually, I've got quite a few irons in the fire with it. I'm a nurse at a local primary care office. And then I used to own a wellness center about 3 years ago. So I've got a lot of people that like we did body contouring and IVs and things like that. So I've got a lot of people that are interested. My sister was my business partner. But today, her and I went to dinner. We go to Louise Bonefish's $5 martinis all day on Monday. So her and I go to dinner every Monday night. And we were sitting there and I was like, oh my God, like there's been so many like big things that I've heard and this and that. And so is thinking about doing it. And so like I was just naming the people we know that are interested, but are still having a couple of questions. And she was like, do you think it would help? Because I lost 2 pounds on Wegovy and I gained them back over Easter weekend. And she's like, I just don't like, I'm tired all the time, this and that. And I was like, you got to try it. And she was like, okay, here's my card. Sign me up. Just do it all for me. So I did it for her, and there you go.
That's
But now,
amazing.
but now she's texted me since we've been home, and I've been on the call twice that she has another friend she think might want to do it. And I was like, well, I'll call you after the call on because maybe you should just be an affiliate yourself.
Love it. I love that. Yeah,
Thanks.
I think I wanted to have an affiliate like share her story, so this is perfect that you shared that, Michelle. I love that. The thing I love about you is you're just talking about it. You know what I mean? And then I think that's the thing is if you guys open your mouth and just share, your transformation or what you're excited about, it just people want to learn a little bit more. And I love that you're already thinking, well, she's already talking to me about another friend, so why don't you just be an affiliate? So
Yeah. Again, I don't have any products yet. So
that's amazing. That's even better, man. We didn't have them for 3.5 months, and we were just hoping and praying. We knew that that they would be amazing, but you guys, I just love that you went ahead and took the action. So way to go, Michelle. Anybody else? Has anybody else made their first post or gotten their first customer?
Tina said she got her first in the
Way to
comments.
go. She
Nice
just got her
job.
first order today. Oh my goodness. Hard to share proof when I haven't used it yet. Well, the good thing is, what would you say, Sess, to that?
We didn't have it either when we started, but we knew the science backed it up. And now we have so many other testimonies that you can use that you don't even have to use yours, right? Like my sister has an amazing before and after photo. I don't have a before and after photo like that, but I can tell you I don't pick up cans of Diet Coke anymore. But my sister has a weight loss story. So you can use other people's testimonies. Like you can use Bree's testimony now. You can go, hey, my friend Bree has this amazing testimony. Look at this, right? Because now you know Bree. And then guess what? You know Lene. Lene's got an amazing story. You know Carrie. Carrie's got an awesome story. You know Carol. She's got an awesome story. You know people in this group that have amazing stories. A lot of stories and very different. They're not just weight loss. We are not weight loss here. We are all kinds of things here, which is fabulous. And so all of us have different stories, and you can share those until you get your stories, and you're going to get your stories.
I love it. I'm so excited. Okay, well, let me do the drawing. If anybody doesn't have any other questions, I'm going to go ahead and draw for those live. Now, some people will watch the replay. But we've got Vicky, Tina, and Michelle on here. Let's see. Looks like Vicky is the winner. So Vicky, just get with your mentor and, send me what you want. Your size, if you'd rather have a hat, whatever it is. So we're so excited. So again, don't forget, come back here every Monday night for the month of April. Bring your list because we're actually going to work with you. And don't forget what your homework is, okay? Tune into the Make Mentorship. Do those things that are posted every day. But also change your profile picture, okay? And invite to the Breakthrough Lives. If you're talking to somebody and you're like, I don't know how to explain it to this person, and they're like, how much is lean? You need to go ahead and connect them with your mentor. That's what you want to do. Connect as many people to your mentor or to the Breakthrough Lives and then connect them to the mentor. The faster your business is going to grow. So anyways, Lene or Carol or Carrie, anybody else, Stacy, have any last minute thoughts? Any other encouragement?
Hey,
But
no,
where do
I
we
was
find
actually
the
just
invite for tomorrow night's meeting? Michelle wants to know. Like the link, the Zoom link. Do you want to tell
I'll
her,
send it to you,
Stace?
Michelle. Yeah, I'll send it to her.
Yeah.
And a little bit more inviting language too. Like I like to have a couple different choices to choose from. But no, I think that's great. That's what I was going to say. Michelle's definitely got it down. She knows connect to me as soon as she's get questions and she feels flustered. I just always say, at least for the first few weeks, at least until you get your first customers, because again, it's showing that you don't have to do this alone and you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to go, oh my God, I don't know what to say. What kind of message do I send? What kind of post do I post? Nobody should have to worry about that while they're training. So that's what we're here for. And yes, I have to give a shout out to Michelle because she's doing the do. And it just makes it so much. I told her this on the phone today. It makes it so much more enjoyable to work with someone who's actually working. And it really does. Like she wants this and she is not shy. I told her, I said, do not let anybody get in your way. You do your thing. You keep talking with confidence. You keep sharing. And I love that she's not hesitant to share, even though she hasn't started her products yet, which she's getting this week. So I think it'll be awesome. So yes, I am so proud of Michelle, and she's gonna rock it. So, and I hope all of you newbies on here do as well, and know that we are all here for you.
Yeah, for sure. And there is, once you do download the Boards app, once you get your first customer,
Yep.
you'll get the Boards app link. It's under the April tab. So or I guess it's under meetings and links, but all of the breakthrough information, the reach out language, all that stuff is under the April Boards tab. So, but don't feel like you can still do stuff. That's why we don't send it. We just don't want to bog you down with lots of information. So yeah, Stacy can send it to you. Your mentor can send it to you. And I see a lot more people on here that didn't comment. Jen, Jude, Christy, Chris, Megan. There's a lot of people that didn't comment. So next time you guys need to comment that you're here so that you get in the drawing for the swag. Okay, see you guys next Monday. Love you guys. 8:30 Eastern. Thanks, Sess. Bye.